Wrongthink. Belief or opinion that is regarded as unacceptable, especially because it does not conform to the dominant political or cultural beliefs. Wrongthink is a more modern reflection of the idea of a thought crime, which originates from the novel written by George Orwell, 1984. In summary, the world of 1984 has a government entity called Big Brother that overwatches everything that the people do and is completely authoritarian. I don't want to get overly political with this video, but I do want to address the unique nature of the setting. The goal of Big Brother is to demand absolute obedience from the people, to even control what they think. Like some sort of thought police? Anyway, jokes aside, the absolute nightmarish dystopian novel written in 1949 tried to capture the idea of what the future controlling government could do. George Orwell was known for his writings and criticisms of social structures, as he also did in Animal Farm critiquing communism. So why do I bring up this old piece of literature? Well, you're about to find that out, and more. But just be warned, because this video is
rated R for retarded.
Alright, we already addressed wrongthink, so it's time to address media literacy. There are two definitions of this phrase floating about, which I know isn't actually ideal, but let's just work with it for now. The first definition of the phrase is the intended use, which is understanding what we see in media. No, that's it. It's simply the ability to comprehend what you see in media and grasp some of the underlying themes that may be present. That's how the term was used for a long time. Hell, even in classes in school, they teach it this way. All those comprehension classes, understanding beyond the blue curtains, was all part of media literacy. To be extremely blunt with media literacy, there's actually no problem with it in this form. Not at all, it's actually completely fine. In fact, it helps out with many stories to explore deeper themes without being explicit. This helps narratively, as well as makes for better scenes that aren't clustered with exposition. But clearly, this video wouldn't exist if this is all there was to it, and that leads us to the second definition. For those who don't know, my script just ended, and now I'm just about to yap. So, what is actually the second definition of media literacy? Well, to put it bluntly, it's not really a singular definition. And singular, what am I, stupid? A singular definition. It's, okay, it's like people forcing the ideas onto you. And that's what that is. That's what the second definition is. It's the belief that there has to be a correct path, a correct thought. There has to be a right way of interpreting it, underlying message in everything. There has to be a great understanding. It has to further the agenda. But the reason why I bring these two things into... Give me a moment. Doorbell just rang. Sorted that out. Now, the reason why... what is it saying again? Oh my... Okay, I think I really sorted that out this time. So, I think I was going to say media literacy and wrongthink kind of seem a bit more kind of the same thing now. Think about it. There's a right way to think about things. There's a agenda to push. In the novel of 1984, the Big Brother state isn't necessarily just there to be evil for the sake of being evil. Although, of course, that's what everyone thinks it is. It's not even just a dictatorship, it's more than that. You see, the idea of having a wrongthink isn't just because you actively go against the government. It's even the subconscious thought that you may have against Big Brother is deemed a problem. Spoilers for the novel, but in the end, they basically wanted to ensure that the main character was to die loving Big Brother. That's like the level of manipulation we're on. They wanted to make sure he died loving it. So it doesn't even matter if he lived or not. It doesn't even matter if he cared about any of that. Like, that doesn't matter. Those things don't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if he lived a life that was righteous, whatever, to them. That doesn't matter. It was about conserving the agenda, which was Big Brother good. Big Brother good. He can even say that Big Brother's good, but he doesn't mean it. They're peering into his brain, subconscious thoughts, to see that, yeah, he doesn't mean it. You have to die meaning it. So it isn't just, oh, he says it. No, you have to mean it. And that ties in with today's topic because, well, simply put it, you can't have the wrong think in today's opinion. You can't have the wrong opinion. There's many things I want to go over. I'm not sure how much I'll be allowed to because of reasons, but you can't have the wrong opinion anymore. You are forced to go along with what everyone else says. For instance, if I headcanon per se, I don't know, let's use Goku because everyone knows who that guy is, right? If I said Goku was like, I don't know, he represents hope and peace in the warrior, something like that, everyone will kind of be, you know what, yeah, I see that, yeah, that makes sense. But if I then was to say, well, I perceive that Goku may be a representation for illegal immigration because he's an alien from another planet, and so he came to this when his planet was blown up. So that technically means that he's an illegal immigrant fleeing for, like, you can make the argument. Here's the thing. I'm gonna put this bluntly. I actually don't mind people making those kinds of analogies. Because even I just made it the hell up right now, but it's not even that bad of an analogy to even make some argumentation for it. The problem stems with the second part, which is the media literacy. Whenever someone was to disagree with it, usually when people disagree with you, you say, oh, I see, we don't agree, and we move on. But in the case of media literacy, they then hit you with, you just aren't media literate enough to understand. That's what sets people off. That's what gets people annoyed. That's the reason why people complain. It's not because of, you could say anything. I'm being real. You can probably say, I don't know, Goku represents how to have a healthy diet, or Goku represents how to, I don't know, live a healthy life. Something like that. You can make an argument for it. Go and do it. It's your prerogative, it's your headcanon, your thoughts. You're allowed to do whatever you want. But there's real people here that actually have some kind of, like, it's funny how you have to say, like, wrongthink. They say, well, it doesn't really make sense. What you're saying is pretty problematic, and though you're just being hella ist and phobic and whatever. It's like, it's so tiresome, you know? Like, you can't even critique media anymore without it being some kind of agenda. Like, if I like one character and I give my reasons for it and give my headcanons for it, everyone should be free to do so, and everyone else should be too. But now the question is, how does this necessarily relate as a whole? What's the perspective on this? Because I'm just kind of giving empty platitudes, you know, I'm not really giving examples. True say, you know, I'm kind of all for that. But don't worry, never fear, I got you this time. You see, recently, a video did come out. It was a Rien analysis video. Oh, as the guy really wanted to push, Rien.
Very quickly though, I'll get to be small, by the way, it's pronounced Rien. Not Rien, not Ryan, Rien.
Do you pronounce it? Rien. 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 Rien is how you say it. Movie.
It's a French word meaning nothing. It's symbolic of how reliant he is on the prescripts and how he is a hollow shell of a human being.
As I said, I'm not trying again. The point being that the guy is a groomer, which, to be fair, I agree with. He is a groomer, 100%. When you groom people, it means you raise them up, you teach them your methods. Yeah, he's grooming them. Was it legal? Well, in this dystopian world, anything goes, but to us, of course, it wouldn't really be legal. But even then, it is adoption, but long story short, he's not the best of people around. But the second part is what gets everyone else. It was sexual assault. The thumbnail even screams sexual assault for the sake of religion. Of course, I'm not one to talk about my thumbnails. They're crazy. But I make mine crazy for a reason. It's meant to catch your eye, say, what the? And then when you look at it, you're like, wait, this guy actually doesn't believe that at all. He actually has a very more developed opinion than just that. That's the vibe I'm going for anyway. If you got kept by the thumbnail, well, it's kind of intentional. I can't lie. The point is just to keep certain people out from watching these videos. Well, that's not really true. I guess it's to say, it's to stop people from not engaging in the video in good faith. Because if you're able to get past that thumbnail and actually try and engage with the video, then at least know you might have a bit more seriousness behind you than if you do not watch the video in good faith. I don't know. That's just the way I see it. Because I like making the thumbnails. They are crazy. But I'm just trying to excuse myself. Let me not get off topic. Point is, he said that Rien was a sexual assaulter. He said that he groomed D-Star, groomed Ryoshu, he groomed Arya, and he sexually assaulted all of them too. And Sora too, but yeah, I don't really care about Sora. They don't talk about Sora. I watched the video. It's deleted now. I archived it. I posted archive. They kindly asked me to take it down. I kindly took it down. They didn't like me when I took it down. And then I said, well, they didn't help themselves with the way they presented themselves, because they started lashing out at everyone saying, look at the way you treat SA victims. Like, no one was saying that, bro. No one was saying that, but I'm not going to get too much into that. The point is that the video was awful. And it's the exact example of wrongthink that I want to get into, because the point is, you're allowed to actually have this as a headcanon. I don't care what. I'm sorry people think you're stupid for having this as an opinion. You're allowed to have this as a headcanon. You are allowed. Even if it's the most atrocious shit, you should be allowed to have it, because it's free will. It's thinking. It's your brain. You're allowed to think what you want to think. Yeah. The problem is what I like to say always. You can say what you want to say, and you can think what you want to think. But if other people then come and challenge you in what you say, then you have to just accept it as is. Because people call him out for the video being mid, or the video being bad. I'm like, well, yeah. That's just how it should be. People should be calling you out if they think it's bad, because it is freedom of expression. They're doing what you're doing. You gave your opinion on Rien, and they're giving their opinion on you. Makes perfect sense to me. But that's not the way they took it. Trashed out, tried to kill themselves. Damn, bro. Shit. I mean, I know people was harassing them and some shit. I don't know what the hell was going on with that. I get the message saying the dude's in the hospital. What? What's going on? Dude tried to kill himself. Yikes. I'm confused. A lot of people confused. I take down the archive. Because I don't want to drag bro through more mud, because that is pretty bad. But of course, then people might ask, then what are you doing now? Well, I just kind of see it as it still needs to be discussed, right? Even though a tragedy is linked with it, I'm not going to completely avoid the topic just because of that. I do have to bring it up as a form of argumentation. It is relevant, okay? I'm not saying to go harass these people, because that's just not my style. My style is making shitty. Okay, no, but to be real, it's just, I don't know. It's just a very cooked situation. But regardless, my notes are here. Who are his victims and how do you affect them? So yeah, I went over that. Why is Rien a predator? Went over that. Ryoshu is the embodiment of assault. That's something he said in the video. I was taking notes. I was trying to quote him with some of the things he said. He said some pretty interesting things, surprising things. He said that when Ryoshu lost her memories, it's a metaphor for dissociative amnesia, which is to say that whenever some traumatic events happen, you forget those things, or forget certain things, just to return to normalcy. There's that. And, it's like, yeah, you can have that as an opinion, but it's still your opinion. Don't try and treat it as fact. Sora is neurodivergent with autism. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, okay. And there is just a whole bunch of notes, really, but a lot of that will just be dragging the guy through the mud. So I'm just going to skip over all of those to get to the point. The point I'm trying to make. Because again, completely unscripted here, so I'm just kind of waffling to you. Podcast kind of style. The guy just wasn't. His opinion was garbage. There's no nice way to put it. It was a bad video. Not because the production quality was bad. I don't care about that. the video was just researched poorly. The points was ass. And the attitude was ass, okay? He came in first thing was saying, this is how you say Rien. It's actually Rien. It's actually Rien. It's like, dude, why are we doing that? You have to understand that we're here to make an analysis video. Why are we already doing this? Like, people don't get this. They think I'm some evil nigga. Like, I'm trying to give people the most fair chances possible. I came to this video expecting nothing. And this is the first thing that greets me? Yikes. We progress? It just gets worse. Worse and worse takes until we get to the point where it says Rien killed himself because he ran out of people to groom. How did we get here? I've watched someone else react to this video. He actually came in with more faith than I did. He's actually saying it was a good video. Halfway through, bro was saying what the hell. Because everyone was of the same mind. It simply just wasn't a good video. But this is where the media literacy and wrongthink come in, where they say, you guys just aren't media literate enough to actually understand that this project can actually have deeper themes than just kill people. No one's saying that it can't. See, what you're doing is constructing a straw man. You're making an enemy and you're making a point that no one ever made. No one said this. No one point and say where someone said that. No one said that. No one's saying that Project Moon can't have deeper themes. No one's saying that. No one's saying those themes can't be essay. No one's saying that too. We want to know what people are actually saying. They're saying your opinion that you had on this video wasn't good. And the crime of saying that was getting bombarded. Not me, others. Getting bombarded for saying, dude, are you harassing this dude seriously? Dude, you guys just aren't media literate enough to understand it. Dude, bro, you guys just don't get it. You guys just don't get it. You guys just think everything that's not, like, what is with that? So just nasty and annoying. Just annoying. Honestly. Jarring behavior. Why is everything gonna be some divisive, oh, you agree with us, you're not for us? Like, why couldn't it just be it was actually a bad video? I've seen many people try and defend this guy without even watching the video. So there's that. My opinion, if you haven't even watched the video, you don't have an opinion. You don't have an opinion. I don't care if you watched the clip, because I know that clip got famous where he said he killed himself. No. If you only watched that clip and didn't watch the video, your opinion is kind of irrelevant on the matter. Not because I'm trying to exclude you, because I'm trying to be consistent. You have to have watched the video for your opinion to matter. And then out of those that's watched the video, you then actually have to watch the full video. Okay, I don't watch 2 minutes and I quit. I don't want that. You have to have watched the full video. It was quite, I think, like, what, 20 minutes about? You have to watch the full video. And that limits the people even more. And out of those people, how many of those people then was saying all the craziness? There wasn't many of them. I'm one of them. I was pretty generous in my opinion. I just said it wasn't a good video. I never said bro should quit his channel. I never said bro should kill himself. I just said, yo, low-key just isn't a good video. It's not a good look. Just isn't what I'll do. I wouldn't say that. That's the kind of vibe I was going for, you know. I just didn't believe in what he's putting down. That's the way I saw it. I saw it kind of simply, and because of that, if you have wrongthink, that you don't go along with the narrative, you're gonna get in trouble for it. And it's kind of sad already, because this community, well, I don't really care about the community like that. I'll say the game itself and the other games around it, so Library and Lob, are very interesting stories that can branch out, can have many themes. But we don't have that. Why don't we have that? We don't have these discussions. The reason why we don't have these discussions is because people will try to limit what you're allowed to say. You can't make good points. Not without someone coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, you can't actually say that because that's pretty problematic. Like, who are you? Who are you, bro? Like, I don't know. Because I'm not even trying to make this to be divisive. I'm not making this to push an agenda. I'm just voicing my opinion. Representing But I know, and now I'm just saying, you guys do what you want with the information. Because the way I see it, people just haven't been generous with these kind of situations. There's been other situations, even an even more recent example, with this new trauma scaling video, whatever nonsense they're doing. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing. But everyone's basically calling them evil and being insensitive. But it's like, let them do what they want, man. Let them address the media in their own way. No need to like, dude, you're totally being like media illiterate to not understand the trauma this character is going through. Like, that's just not the way it is. Everyone should be free to, even if it's like a video as crude as this, I feel like people should be free to voice their opinion. Those are my thoughts on it. What has this video even really been about? You know, like what have I been doing? Just I guess talking about all the different instances where someone put out their opinion and people were fighting over it. And to me, I just don't see the logical reason why that will be the case. Why are people fighting over opinions that people have in this way? Because there is times where someone says something like completely insane, where people should be addressing it. But it's like, in all seriousness, like, what's the actual big deal of having a bad take in a video? What's the actual big deal of not understanding the media correctly, so to speak? You know, what's like the big deal and all that? Because there just isn't one. There isn't one. You know, there isn't one. So yeah, media literacy, wrongthink, same thing, just different era. You disagree with what the majority of people say, what they headcanon it as, you're gonna be in trouble. If you don't agree with their headcanons, you're wrong. If you agree with their headcanons, you're automatically right. Doesn't even matter what the truth actually is. The truth never mattered. All that matters is the agenda they push. What agenda that is, who the hell knows what the hell it even is? Even they don't know what it is. I think that's the funniest part about all this. No one knows what the hell is actually going on. Just posting, talking, yapping, arguing. No real end in sight. No real goal. Just doing. And I guess when Frey and Esgoon get the backlash for this video, I wouldn't say they deserve it, but the audience you cultivate, you get what you get. I do whatever I want. I'm free. I don't care what these people say. I'm entitled to them. Follow me, unfollow me. Doesn't matter. Subscribe, unsubscribe. Doesn't matter. Those things don't matter. Would have made the same thing regardless. If you subscribed or didn't subscribe, that doesn't matter. I'll make the same thing. Even if you choose to make a hate post saying this guy sucks, this guy sucks, I'll still do my own thing. But people like them, this may even impact their careers. So they have to actually take into serious consideration. As someone always used to say, I forgot who said it. If you try to appease everyone, you end up appeasing no one. And when that happens, you're just going to be cast aside. Or there's another term where it says if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. So yeah, I know what I stand for. Do they? They had a wrong opinion. One time. This could be the pinch. I'm not sure the entire account's going to be deleted or anything like that, but it can impact them severely. Just gotta hope for the best for them, really. Because this community is full of man-children that just don't just complain and whine when they don't get their way. That's what I've noticed. And to that I can only say, well, damn. For a community that's meant to be full of intellectuals that engage with the media about bringing peace and the light, the seed of light, this media is wasted on this fan base. That's the truth. This media is absolutely wasted on this fan base. No one's engaging with the real, actual, interesting talk. No one's doing that. Talking about pronouns, bro. Talking about rape allegations, bro. Actually think about what the hell people are talking about. Lay hangs and misogynist, really? Like, these theories are like, it's just Zane level discourse, bro. It's like, it's just jarring to even look at. Like, what do you, like, you're free to have this opinion, but most people are just gonna say, no, that's just not true. Then you're gonna spurg out saying, oh, you guys just aren't media literate enough, you guys just don't get it. The way media literacy has now been used in the modern day is a poison to people. It covers everything they do. Like, you're just not media literate enough, you just won't get it. And even if people actually do develop their own opinion from it, no, actually, you just misunderstood it, chud. Dude, well, we watched the same show. Like, what makes you so sure you have the right one? What happens if we're both right or we're both wrong? What happens if I'm right and you're wrong? Do you ever consider that? Guess not. One of us have to be wrong, allegedly. That's not even the case most of the time. Most people's opinions aren't even completely mutually exclusive. So the whole us versus them narrative is just completely artificial and constructed. I find that to be majorly unfortunate. I've talked for long enough. At this point, I'm just, what's the word? Dragging it. I've got no real important things to say, so I guess I'll spend my outro like this. I'm just gonna continue to post random shit on Twitter, because got into Twitter, found it was pretty fun to just post some bullshit. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. In terms of media literacy, people should be free to have an opinion. I want to see more bad takes, because they're fun to roast. I want to see more shit takes. I also want to see more longer form videos. That's more than just about identities, like in terms of like the skills and stuff, like actual content to do with the literature. We need more Rien analysis videos without it being the Rien analysis video, if you know what I mean. We need more things like that, because it does good for the community. It does good. Just try not to make it odd or crash out. I guess that's it. Yeah, no, really, that's it.
Gentlemen, we are Nazis.
Heil! Heil!
Und wir den Harroir.
Heil! Heil!
Und wir